You spent a week in Italy and you were there for the Erasmus program. Like, what was your experience?
Rome and Italy, Milan has opened up those doors to various parts of the world to get exposure.
The paying capacity is, increasing.
Because India at this point of time is a very, very hot market. We have seen Tesla opening up last week and Ferrari opened a couple of weeks back. Louis Vuitton is doing decently well in India. We have come across few stories in the past, but I feel, there are many designers globally who has inspired from Indian craft and culture. So we need to, take an ownership of our culture and promote that kind of practice because India is a very rich country.
Good morning and welcome to the next episode of Just Candid, a Chitkara University special edition on experiences of their deans and directors when they go and attend some teaching modules outside the country. Today we have with us Dean and Vice President of the Chitkara Design School, Mr. Gopal Meena. How are you, sir?
I'm good, sir. Thank you.
What a pleasure to meet you. Within the same campus, and we never had an opportunity to chat like this. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. So I would like to talk more about, so that our audience and the audience outside and outside the country would know, like, what was your experience? You spent a week in Italy and you were there for the Erasmus program. Can you please elaborate how was the experience and what could be the takeaways for us?
I guess it's a wonderful, opportunity under the faculty mobility program to go and get an exposure of what international best practices are. Also getting an exposure to the culture.
Right.
Because culture and human behaviors shapes up design.
Yes.
So it's a wonderful opportunity to meet students there, be a part of a teaching classroom practice, to share what India and what Indian faculty can bring it to the table of international students from a value point of view, from a knowledge point of view.
You didn't have any challenge, with the language there, or English was very well received?
No, English is very well received because also, we have become global citizen. So also Rome and Italy, Milan has opened up those doors for, international faculties to come and share their knowledge. So student can have that kind of value and know design from a global point of view. So it's a wonderful, exposure for student of Italy, as well as the faculties who are traveling from various parts of India to various parts of the world to get exposure.
So it's a cross learning, cross collabs. And how many students were there when you were teaching?
So I had two batches of students, roughly around 30 to 40 every session.
Right.
So I've done two sessions there, sharing the knowledge of what Indian luxury market looks like at this point of time. And if you want to design for Indian luxury market, what should be the key points you keep in mind to design the experience?
Which is later on marketable and also profitable, and the brand equity.
Absolutely, yes. Yes, because India at this point of time is a very, very hot market.
Right.
Yeah, we have seen Tesla opening up last week and Ferrari opened a couple of weeks back. Louis Vuitton is doing decently well in India. So that luxury segment of market is opening the doors in India.
The paying capacity is, increasing.
Absolutely.
And I was just reading, Chandigarh was having the highest per capita. Now it's Sikkim. Interesting. Northeastern city, Sikkim goes into the state city, gets into the highest per capita income. Interesting. The dynamics are changing. Now, coming back to design. So what difference you see between an educational environment in India, in the North Indian setting where you're teaching at Chitkara, and you go and see students in, Italy, Rome? What is their aptitude? Because Italy is so high on design. Italians, Ferrari, Lamborghini, all that stuff. Now, what is your observation?
I will say, that exposure of a creativity and the creative space and the creative market, which India at this point of time needs to look into the focus. Also, I guess, we need to start celebrating our culture because the entire Italy is about celebration of their culture.
Yes.
The handmade Italy.
So you feel that we miss?
We have come across few stories in the past, but I feel, there are many designers globally who has inspired from Indian craft and culture. Yeah, and the latest edition is a Prada the Kolhapuri chappal tagged us. So we have to at this point of
Instagram.
exactly,
Yes.
exactly. So we need to take an ownership of our culture and promote that kind of practice, because India is a very rich country.
Yes, and it is a rich country in heritage and in culture, even I would say design too, because there have been certain interesting companies who have been working on the in this particular field. But coming back to as you say, culture, why jobs in creative media are less paid in India, or I would say not as much as respected, as it is in the European world or the Western world, because the degrees are good. They do their 4 years of BDS and all, but they want to go opt and work outside the country.
I think the design, appreciation in India happened much later. Yeah, where we have seen the skill, still the primary education still miss the design aspect. Like there is absolutely nothing in the schooling space where student had been exposed to design as a career.
Right, like now they've started, in 7th grade, they sensitize you towards entrepreneurship.
Yes.
So you wanted to start in the primary,
Absolutely.
that bent of mind.
Yes, the design sensibility starts at the earliest.
Right.
Yeah. Another aspect is how India industry looks at design. Until unless, a design which is not able to create the value in the businesses, it is always going to have a little tough time too.
Absolutely. I think more focus has largely been on the automotive.
Yes. So I think at education level, India needs to relook at the complete, a setup of curriculum. The curriculum should have a balance of science, business, and design. And that is where the value, the student who moving out of design school will be able to create values for businesses.
Yes, because, we are a complete bundle of creativity. Absolutely. As human beings. And that expression, if it is, I would say, suppressed or doesn't come out, then something is missing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I agree that,
Yeah. So that is a larger, difference what we are able to see.
And there in Italy and in Europe and other parts of the world, they started at the primary level.
Even if you look at the Western from an American point of view, the design introduction and sensibility start from a schooling point of view.
And then, your own abilities surprise you as a human being.
And that is also, one of the reason that the Western is much higher when it comes to innovation index. And we, as in India, is sitting in the right space at this point of time. We need to relook at the system and push our innovation through design.
Right.
Make in India and design in
Absolutely,
India.
absolutely. A lot has been happening around that.
Exactly, because it all becomes a part of Viksit Bharat. Yeah, and that is a vision what we want to take it forward from Chitkara Design School, that we became the change makers for the future. We
And I must admire, your students who went to France, and the exposure they get. That'll be great. Now, coming back to your Erasmus, again, that experience there, what is one or two takeaways you thought, okay, let me just come and share this knowledge in my classroom or with my colleagues, so that the students get a different sort of a direction and dimension on their ability to build better design?
I think one of the key aspect what I've understood and learned during my period spent at Italy is the focus given to each and every student to explore themselves, because every student is unique in them.
Right.
Yeah, and when it comes to creativity, that uniqueness does matter.
Right.
So that kind of academic system where we able to identify every student potential and then guide them according to that journey.
Right. So how do they do it?
So they are doing, because it's a very open culture. Yeah. So the exploration and expression is much higher.
Right.
Much higher. Also because the academic design sensibility happen in the early stage. So students are very sure about what they're doing and what they want to get into.
Yeah. What they're venturing.
Yes. Yeah, because rest of the, because India, I feel still is a tech-led, a country. Yeah, where we need to look into how do we balance, a disciplines of fashion designs to a tech.
It has gone through a very smooth transition from industrial revolution to the, I would say tech revolution, and now they need to also keep the design in check. So design is quite an open field, the word. What are the 2-3 areas in design you suggest for Indian students to look into right now?
I will say any field of design should have incorporation of technology. So that's where students should learn how to take advantage of emerging technology as a part of design, because it's a beautiful space of what emerging technologies are.
You mean like AI and all?
AI and other tools which is there, we need to incorporate them into the design process, because it enhance my productivity. It's also enhance my ability to design.
Yeah, I agree. But, don't you agree on this point, or maybe you can comment that, we have tools like, I don't remember all of them, but like Leonardo.ai and all. You go give prompts, and then here is an amazing option of design. And don't you think it hinders the ability to do it yourself?
I guess, see what designers should do at this point of time within the design process. We need to identify where I need to incorporate AI or emerging technology. Which part do I as a human has to be led?
Right.
Because in the entire design process, I'm 100% sure AI can really, play a very important role in terms of productivity, because we have seen across the businesses has changed everything. Yeah. And that's what I was saying, the value for the business.
Right.
We, like, for example, if one piece of, design or technology, which used to take, say, 4 to 5 weeks to take the entire process, now it can be done in 2 weeks.
Yeah. See, we design creatives. We've been doing it, let's say 3 hours, 4 hours. And now we do it in 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah. So I think, from a design point of view and designer point of view, I think the thinking part should be a designer's led.
Yeah, interesting. That's interesting. And then you are saying that AI should be smartly used as an enabler.
Absolutely, yes. We need to partner with the technology to enhance productivity.
Right. But not let loose your original thought process and the pureness of your, ability to think over a particular.
That's a beauty of creative space.
Yes, that's the beauty of creative, and it doesn't die. So, as I asked earlier, like, is it automotive industry? Is it UI UX? Is it more into, let us say, architecture? What are the key areas where you as a professor feel that, okay, these are the few areas students should delve into fashion design, because somewhere fashion has also taken a dip and UI UX is emerging. There are certain areas which you can reflect upon and throw some light. What do you think as an option for students?
I think, every discipline of design has its own space. Yeah. And that's the beauty of design. For example, fashion will remain relevant, will remain important, because that's a glamour side of the human.
Right.
Yeah. We want to look good. Yeah. We want to wear good. Hence, the fashion will be there. It is just not about good. It's also about the value and the culture what fashion brings. Yeah, there are a lot of sustainable practices which is happening on the fashion. But at this point of time, what I feel, we are living in the digital world. We are going to be digital humans.
So you got to look at that area.
Yes. So there will be absolutely in down the line 4-5 years, there absolutely going to be no one area of expertise. People will require expertise, like for example, visual communication. The areas of animation, communication, design, UX is visual communication. It will merge. It will become one.
So you have AI in fashion, you have AI in UI UX.
Exactly. But I feel for India point of view, smart product with smart interaction is what we're going to look for future, because that's a space where India is moving, being a tech-led, country. We maybe the next generation, what we're saying is going to be the future consumers of the world.
Yeah, massive consumer market.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's going to be the smart world. Smart so far in my house is my watch, my TV, but my home is going to be smart. So everything needs to be relooked at, even every needs to be redesigned from a smart interaction point. So it's a great future what we look into. And I guess, from a student point of view, students should not be worried about AI. They should take AI as a tool. And they should get, confident about this tool to use it.
Yeah, they should get to the science of it rather than making assumptions and statements.
Absolutely.
Which is, I think, in the gray area.
Absolutely. No, even if you go to, say, ChatGPT or a DeepSeek or a Gemini, if you ask, will AI going to replace designer? No. They say AI cannot replace designer, but designer has to incorporate AI. And that is where the designer should learn how to I take an advantage of this tool which is available for me.
Absolutely. It's very interesting to see the scenarios, like we're talking about opportunities for students in various sectors. Would you like to share something more on this?
I think I'll go to the earlier question, what you asked about what India should do it when we look into the Western side. I think the biggest aspect that India should start celebrating design. We, at this point of time, not able to package design so well for a global world. Where, for example, we don't have any design museums at all. We've been history of more than 50 years where India has designed more than 50 years. When we look into Lota as a design, universal, one of the best product which has been designed so far, what we say. So we need to first celebrate design within us and then take it to the global platform. Where, as I said, global fashion labels, product label, they have taken inspiration from us.
They have.
And we are not able to celebrate design.
Yes.
So India needs to take Indian design on a global level. For example, as a part of my Italy exposure, I was also part of the Milan Design Week. I've hardly seen any Indian designers which is being showcased there. But there's so fabulous work which is happening around India.
Yes, even Dubai Design Week, you have different events happening. Now in November, they're coming bigger events happening in Dubai. You were there last?
I've been there. Yes. I think we need to start celebrating this.
I think we need to start celebrating and also have a lot of presence in such events, which are global events. I like.
It's a story of the entire India from a government point of view, from a private sector point of view, and from an academic point of view. We all need to come together
as a commune. We need to represent.
I been this time when I was in Milan, I come across to Japan pavilion, and it's a government initiative to promote design. And I've seen fabulous work coming from Japan, from bamboo furnitures to textile and that's a government initiative to celebrate design in Japan. I think we also at that point of time to take design on a global level. Absolutely. These kind of policies and these kind of support system for design, and that is where when we say okay, from a pay master point of view, this is where the entire thing will be pushed, because design appreciation will start happening.
Absolutely. I think design is one of the major boost for retail market. And if you see when you travel, on airports and all, certain brands, have very good strategy that, okay, they make this particular brand available in this airport only, and they strategically don't allow it anywhere in the open market. And then you have a huge rush because people people have capacity to buy, but they look for design. If you take out design out of these A brand companies in automobile, I don't think the other things matter, because you'd want to see something amazing parked inside your garage.
Yeah, true that. I think India is as a golden space. We are this is a golden era for us. We have seen the last Auto Expo. The entire world was shocked to look at what Mahindra EVs are done, and Tata's outcome of design is happening. The world is looking at us. It's a golden space for us to push design, to really say that India can produce a high quality design.
No, absolutely. Even in the two-wheeler market, four-wheeler markets, even in the design they are making for space rockets and all, is something amazing.
And I think so this is where the space became more interesting for the students. One, I will recommend them to move away from their comfortable zone, because this is a golden space for us. Explore their potential, because I believe every student has that kind of potential at Chitkara to do wonderful innovations and outcomes and support businesses for success. 3 is an exploration space. Keep on exploring yourself. Yeah.
That is very critical.
Exactly, because a student who has taken an admission, say 2025, and he is going to moving out in 2029, 4 years, there are technologies which is going to play an important role. So I, as a student, need to be up for this and keep on exploring and saying, how can I use this to incorporate into
and to my benefit and sustain as a career. So do you also agree that most of the design bachelors in those who do BDES, they should go for some good internship and then eventually set up their own entrepreneurial journey?
I think India, from a design point of view, has missed out this opportunity of design entrepreneurship.
Right.
Where I feel this is a great space. It's a great space. It's a great space that designers should go get an exposure. Exposure from 3 point of view. How to be an entrepreneur, what needs to be an entrepreneur, how to control your finance, how to work with your finance,
Yes.
how to get client, how do you pitch for a project.
Right.
Yeah, and the design sensibility which they already are.
Absolutely. And the uniqueness to them, because a lot of push could be done to the indigenous product market. Very important. I also see the students picking up more on product design. Can you just highlight out of your long experience from NID days, because you had such a great experience working in NID, National Institute of Design.
So I guess this terminology got little, confusing at this point of time. Product design was always related and connected with tangible product, industrial design. But today, this terminology of product design has also become a digital product design. Like, for example, Zomato is a digital product. So when I look into physical versus digital, I think coming, years is going to be a combination of both skills. Because as I say that we are moving into smart world, hence we're going to have smart products. That means smart products, smart interaction.
Absolutely. So how you are engineering, even if it is digital as a SaaS-based product,
Absolutely, yes.
and the design is how you're packaging that product or a graphic of selling that product into the market with salient features.
Yeah, it's going to be a combination.
It's a combination.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I'm glad you cleared that funda.
And that is where the design curriculum needs to be relook at it and say, where is this overlapping? Because that's a skill set of the future. It is not going to be just a domain expertise of skill set.
And design is a life skill.
Absolutely, 100%, 100%. So that is where, design is for life. Design is not for, career, not for jobs and everything. It's a lifelong, skill what you take. Because in your lifespan of your career, you will be doing social projects, you will be doing business projects, you will be designing for societies for betterment. Hence, it's the life, long process.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And after hearing you, it seems better confident. Those who will be listening to this podcast later on is that, not to worry about money, that they can't make money in design. People have done it. People have billion-dollar companies, and there is no dearth of, people being successful, those who have always believed in their abilities.
Absolutely.
So that's great. It's a wonderful interaction, and it started all with your trip to Italy. And we look forward to, discuss further offline and see what we can do for our students. May I request you to leave this wonderful conversation with a message for the students in the camera?
I think for all the students who are learning design, I think don't stop yourself, dream big, always think about innovation, and keep on exploring your potential, what you can do. There's an unbelievable strength every student has in it. You need to find that. And we, as a faculty member, we are more mentors. We are here to support your dreams. We are here to support your exploration. And we want to fly with you. Keep exploring yourself. And I'm pretty sure you will do wonderful things around design in your life.
So excellent catching up. Wonderful.
Absolutely.
And I wish we're going to meet soon and come back to the same studio again.
Yes.
And talk more what are the latest trends probably after a year.